Hey, what's up? It's Del Cody. I'm back with another video, and in this video we're going to be going over how to install fat pads on your Mpc One. So let's get into it. But before we start, if you're liking the content that I'm putting out, make sure that you like, subscribe, and also hit that bell notification so you're aware of when I'm posting new videos. So let's get into it. I decided to do this mod because honestly, aesthetically, I feel like it looks better on the Mpc One Retro Edition just to have thicker pads on it, so that's why I'm doing it. It might have some benefits as far as sensitivity goes, but there's no corks. These are how the pads look, pretty thick. Back, yep. That's how the pads look. So I've installed pads before on my old MPDs, but never on this machine. So what you're gonna need, a set of screwdrivers. These are like for electronics, laptops and computers and stuff. And then I got a tool in here, a plastic tool, so I can pry stuff up like screens and stuff without breaking it. So before you start, you wanna make sure you have a clean area to work at. I got this blanket laid out so I don't scratch the top of my machine. Okay, so I have taken off all of the screws from the bottom and the screws from the back. I put all the screws from the back on one side and all the screws from the bottom on one side. But on the bottom screws, you have two tiny screws that are located here and here. I put those two screws separate together so I know where the tiny screws are. So all I have to do now is untighten these little nuts that are on the back, on the main out, and then on the main input, and it should come apart fairly easily. Okay, so once you've got it open, you've got two screws up top, which are gonna be silver, two silver screws up top, right here. So you're gonna fold this back. Well, you're gonna put it back once you unscrew them. And then you've got this plate right here, which has 10 screws in it. Well, no, it has 11 screws. So you got 3 silver right here, Then all the rest of them are black, and then you have a ground screw right here that you gotta make sure you put back in. And then once you get that off, it releases the sensor plate. Hold on. That's underneath. I guess this is how the sensors look now with the LEDs in it. I've never taken a new system apart. I'm used to the old MPDs. They did not look like this. I stand corrected. That was not the sensor plate. That is just the board for the sensors. You want to be very careful with taking off those sensors. I use this tool right here and my finger to kind of get underneath the edge. But these are the sensors. Okay, and now I got the pads compared. Here's a quick comparison. You got the Mpc stuff, the OG pads right here. Their pads are a little bit lighter, as you can see. I didn't realize until just now. Okay, so before you put these in, you want to make sure that you don't put them in wrong. I messed up. Had to take them out. But you have two little notches. One's right here, one's right here on this side. So here and here. These go long horizontal across the Mpc. And then you have a notch up here and a notch up here. And so these go vertical. And when you put these back on, make sure that you put the shiny side facing the rubber. Okay, once you've got it back on there, make sure that the notches go into the holes inside the sensor pads, and then you can put the board back on, which is right here. This piece right here should be facing inside of the Mpc towards that ribbon that we took apart. So you want to make sure you put that ribbon back in once you get it all secured. And then you have the plastic housing. I don't know what this is for, but make sure that you make that little section right there is for the part that the ribbon connects into. So put this over that, and then you're gonna connect that ribbon. Okay, and then at this point, you're just gonna follow all the steps back in reverse and put it back together. So on the ribbon, I would suggest to pull this side out. Do not pull that side out. I pulled this side out and it was hard getting it back in. And if you bend these, it'll mess it up because I've bent one of these before when I was fixing a TV, and let's just say I had to throw that TV away because I couldn't find another ribbon that was that size. But yeah, try pulling it out on this side because it's easier to get in. You don't have a plastic shield in your way when you're pushing it down versus over here, like I couldn't get my fingers in there. So I went ahead and put the back screws in. They're gonna be right here. And then I went ahead and put the top screws in right here. And then I'm gonna put the two shortest screws in right here. And then just put the rest of the screws in, and then you should be completely done with putting screws. Okay, so we got everything installed back together. It looks clean, like factory. I like the pads. They're a little bit lighter than the originals. But as you can see, I also installed my knobs, my new knobs, and my new big knob. The big knob, it's more like the older Mpc 2000 XL with the little groove in it so I can spin the wheel faster. And then I just like the way that the older knobs look with the retro style. So, okay, so now it's time to fire it up and see how it looks. Everything seems to be working. Lights. Let's load up a beat and go from there. Okay, so everything is working properly. I like the thick pads, but if you want to do a comparison, these are the OGs to the thick ones. That's what they look like. Hold on, let me shut down the machine because it really doesn't shut down. That's the difference in shade. I can tell that they're thicker, but it's only by a smaller margin, so I don't know if it's really worth it to change these out. To some people it may be, but I'm cool with how it looks. I'm not gonna take them out, but if I had to do it over again, I might not do this mod, but it looks cool to me. So with that being said, I want to thank y'all for coming through, watching another one of my videos. And if you could like, comment, tell me what you want to see next, hit that notification button so you see my next video. And I'll catch you next time.